Ladies and gentlemen, members of the faculty, mom and dad, class of 2013. You know, when I arrived in early September 2009, I was one undergraduate in a sea of over 40,000 students. We came from all 50 states and over 100 countries to the University of Michigan. Attracted by the promise of this place, everything it represented, everything it had to offer. Where else could we experience learning from the best faculty in every field, have the most fun on a football Saturday, and live in the perfectly charming oasis that is Ann Arbor? Where else could we play Quidditch, join student organizations dedicated to feeding squirrels, or go out for burritos at 3 a.m.? That September, I realized something I hadn't fully appreciated until just then. Michigan is enormous. And I'll admit, for the first time in my life, I felt sort of small. So how did I deal with this feeling? I declared a microbiology major. What humbled and fascinated me about the study of microbes is that they are little invisible creatures, and yet they have immense power to shape the world and cause big differences in people's lives. I had been afraid I would feel insignificant here, but the close community I joined quickly proved me wrong. I realized that no matter what we were doing, it was almost impossible for me to feel small, even when I was in this very big house with 114,803 other people. I began to realize that what I was feeling was not smallness, but rather I was feeling like I was part of something bigger than myself. When I listened to you, my fellow classmates, in classes, in club meetings, through the pages of the Michigan Daily, I heard countless ideas about how we can help make the world a better place. And I know that is a hackneyed phrase, but when I hear it on this campus, I know it to be sincere. That is because we Wolverines are armed with something powerful, the Michigan difference. The Michigan difference is the difference we are being given the opportunity to make. It is the knowledge, the empathy, and the skills we have gained here that are needed to be able to make a thoughtful difference in the lives of others, and we will all contribute to it. Some of us will make a difference in the education system. Some of us will help find cures for serious diseases. Some of us will help alleviate poverty and suffering. Some of us will inspire and comfort people with our art, our writing. Some of us will dedicate our lives to fighting for equality and social justice. Margaret Mead once said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can't change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." I do not know if she would consider us a small group, but I do believe she would agree that collectively, we have the opportunity to change the world for the better, and that is a big deal. So no matter what degree you receive today, remember they all equally represent the Michigan difference. This is the last time we will all be together. And that fact laces this happy day with some sadness, because we shared more than classes here. We shared good company, late nights in the ugly, the occasional protest or flash mob on the diag. Occasionally, we shared a fishbowl, the computer lab. Right now, many of us might feel as I did that first part of freshman year, small. Because at this point in our lives, as we set out into the real world, it is so easy to feel uncertain, to feel like it is a big world and you are just one small person. But no matter what your future holds, never underestimate the difference you have the ability to make. Always remember, you are contributing to our class's Michigan difference and the difference made by all the Wolverines before us. I know that whichever cities I walk through in the future, I can always throw on a Maize and Blue t-shirt and hear a Go Blue. Because of all of you and the time we have shared here, I don't think I will ever feel small again. And if you can make that difference in my life, I know you can do it for others. Today is a big day in our lives, but it is also just the first of many days that we will proudly call ourselves Michigan alumni. And what matters most are the differences we will make tomorrow. Go Blue!